Another champagne campaign for the Edmonton Oilers. 6-3 they win this evening at the Northlands Coliseum. Gretzky wins the Conn Smythe. He was the game's #1 star. Tikkanen and Lowe rounding out the Molson 3 stars. And he also had the game-winning goal. Let's go to the dressing room now and Chris Cuthbert.
Thank you, Ron. I just got caught in the crossfire between Glenn Anderson and Peter Pocklington, the owner of the Oilers. Peter, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
It was a different year this year, but the result is really what's most important.
Well, you know, all year long we wondered if they still had that in them. But along came the playoffs and the maturity, and better still, the will to win, the will to want that cup again.
And along came Peter Pocklington before Game 1 of the playoffs. So what do you say in your annual address?
Well, that's really between the club and I, but I guess one thing we talk about or all believe that we as a club become what we think about. If we believe we're great and we're going to do whatever we have to do to conquer whatever, they always make it. So that team philosophy has built them now for 9 years, and I think it'll do another 9 or 10.
Just one other question. Can you keep that coach behind the bench another year?
You know, I don't know. I never ask him. That's Glenn's decision, and if I was a betting man, I'd say he might be there again.
Peter, congratulations, and thank you very much. And we're going to bring in Craig Simpson, who is one of the few Oilers celebrating his first Stanley Cup, and I'm sure that makes it even sweeter.
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's the greatest feeling in my life so far, and everyone worked so hard, everyone did their job, and it was great to do it at home, too.
And it's a great cure for the flu. You were not feeling very well today earlier, but I know you're feeling great now.
It's been one of the longest days of my life. I didn't sleep at all last night. We're throwing up all day, but this is the best. Can't beat it.
That is sweet. And you'll also be able to share this with the family. I know they're here.
Everybody's here, my brother, sister, and my mom and dad, and so this has been a great day for us.
Thanks, Craig. Congratulations. Here's Kevin Lowe, if we can pry him away from some champagne. Kevin is the team historian. I know you're very conscious of the Oilers' place in history. Where does this put this team?
Well, we'll have to let the historians decide on that, Chris, but we're awfully proud of this effort. You know, we were people second-guessed us going into the playoffs, but we had all the confidence in the world. I mean, it's never easy, and we know how difficult it is. Experience tells us that, but this is a pretty special victory by all means.
Well, you can tell it's not a Boston Tea Party in here, that's for sure. We've talked a lot about the cast, but look at the flak jacket. You played hurt from the Winnipeg series on, not to mention the wrist from the playoffs on.
Well, I think everyone does at this time of the year. I got a big check in the last game against Winnipeg by Ray Neufeld, and the x-rays didn't show it right away, but the doctor said that I had a couple broken ribs, and the wrist wasn't very much good. I never had a good shot, and you know, I'm not the only guy. There's a lot of guys playing injured. That's what it takes to win the Stanley Cup.
Okay. Kevin, congratulations. Thanks. Here's Wayne Gretzky, winner of the Conn Smythe Trophy. It has been an interesting year for you, different, but again, the result is really all that counts.
Well, the ending is great, and you know, it gets better every year we win. It's just more exciting, and I'm really thrilled.
You talked a lot about the injury you had and how that benefited you later on. Looks like you could play it another month.
Well, I felt fresh, and maybe other than the second year we won the Cup, I felt maybe I was fresher than ever before. But, you know, so many guys played extremely well. Grant Fuhrer was incredible throughout the whole playoffs. What can you say about Messier? Messier, tremendous. Well, either one of them could have won the Conn Smythe, but the guy throughout the playoffs who I felt was tremendous in the room and on the ice was Kevin Lowe. He played with a cast on his wrist, a broken wrist the whole playoffs. He played with 3 broken ribs throughout the last 2 rounds, which nobody knew about. That's pretty amazing for a guy to do that.
How do you top this? I know how Wayne Gretzky does. You got something planned for July.
Well, I'm excited about my wedding, and I don't think there's... That's cold. I'm excited about the wedding, and you know, the wedding would have been a great day no matter what, because it's something I'll treasure the rest of my life, but winning this will make it even more exciting. You know, it's a great team, and it's a great city, and we should all be proud of everything that's going on, our fans, our team, everything. It's just tremendous, and I'm going to take a little time off now and get ready for my tennis tournament in Brantford, and then get started on the wedding and take a few months off, but I'm excited about it.
Best wishes in July, and thank you for another great year.
All right, thank you. I just want to say hello to my 2 grandmothers I know are watching. I call them hello.
Okay, we're going to have more from the dressing room in a minute, but now back to Ron McLean.
First of a pair of rings for Wayne Gretzky. The Stanley Cup playoffs on CBC continues in just a moment.
My dad took early retirement, so he could come down here to the islands and play captain. He also gave me some good advice. He told me to talk to our London life agent about a retirement package called Freedom 55. It gives me all the life insurance protection I need for my family, and it'll help me retire as early as age 55.
Tighten the down, Hall.
And then it'll be my turn to play captain.
London Life believes life insurance is also for the living. Ask us about Freedom 55.
It's nice to know there's one insurance company that sees life the way I do.
Gatorade. No carbonation, not too sweet. Helps provide energy to working muscles. Nothing cuts through thirst like Gatorade.
By the way you look, I can see you have no experience in war.
Fired a few shots.
There's never been a hero like Rambo. But not even Rambo has seen action like this. Stallone is back in Rambo 3.
Who are you? The worst nightmare.
Now playing at select theaters and drive-ins near you.
For the fourth time in the last 5 years, the Edmonton Oilers celebrate a Stanley Cup victory at the Northlands Coliseum, 6-3 tonight, to capture the cup. As you can well imagine, it's a stark contrast from that room to the one in which Steve Kasper sits. Kasper with a 2-goal performance this evening to help the Boston Bruins, as he did all through the playoffs with 12 goals. What's your feeling?
Well, you know, obviously you're not too happy when you lose the last game you play, but hey, we got beat by a better team, but we can hold our heads high. We gave it our best shot.
How do you account for the team's success? 94 points in the regular season and to get this far.
Well, obviously we have a fair amount of talent, but we had a good coaching staff, and they instilled a great work ethic in everyone, and we went out, and because we had the desire to win games people said we couldn't win, we won most of them, and it was a lot of fun playing with the guys this year.
Steve, do you know anything about the Edmonton Oilers now that you didn't prior to a series that's as big as this one?
No, to tell you the truth, I got pretty much what I expected. I mean, I'm not saying I expected to lose, but I knew how good they were. People knocked their defense, and I knew that was a fallacy. They got guys who can play. They hit, move the puck really well, and the only reason people knock their defense is because everyone's paying so much attention to their forwards.
As always, your comments are like your play. Congratulations on a great year, Steve.
Thank you very much.
Now let's return you to the Edmonton Oilers dressing room where Chris Cuthbert's standing by.
Thanks, Ron. We've got Mark Messier, who just embraced his father. It all started back in September, and you guys haven't let up since.
Well, he's been here for everyone, and we've been lucky enough to win everyone at home, and it's just been real special for me and my family and everybody around.
Can you compare this one to the others?
I don't think it'd be unfair to compare them, because it's just every team that won has been just very special. Everybody's been different. We've made changes, and for the guys that we won with in the different cups, it'd be unfair to say this one's better, but everyone is just a tremendous feeling.
And you change with every series, it seems. You really set the tone for this team early in the playoffs, and in this one, you were a physical force.
Well, we had tremendous offense from Wayne in this series. There's no question about it, and he was playing like never before, and it just enabled all of us to play a real defensive style that we had to come up with, and everybody just combated each other. Just beautiful.
Congratulations on another great year. I've got Keith Acton behind me. Let's take him back to 1981. He was in another dressing room just down the hall after losing to the Oilers, a year you thought you were going to win the Stanley Cup. Keith, how contrast the two moments?
Well, that's true. My first year in Montreal, I thought we had a great opportunity to win the Stanley Cup. You know, they were winning cups in those days, and we had a great team. We finished second or third overall in the league, and you know, I had high expectations, and it was eliminated in about 4 days by the Edmonton Oilers, and you know, that's a number of years ago, and I just feel real fortunate that I had an opportunity to come to a team like this and have an opportunity to win a Stanley Cup, and it feels great.
Glenn Sather knew about that moment when he traded for you, and you paid him back with 2 game winners and really became a part of this team.
Oh, like I said before, you know, it was just great to come here, and I knew when I came here, because of the depth they had, that, you know, I may not get an opportunity to play every night, and I'd have to be patient, but just a great, like I said,
It's just a great feeling, and I'm so happy I had this chance.
You've been waiting a long time for that champagne. Keith, thank you, and we'll bring in John Muckler. Here he is. He was on the Canada Cup coaching staff, and now a 4th Stanley Cup. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Chris.
Different win this year, a different team.
They're all different, but they're all enjoyable. This year's team is a totally different team. I don't think we can play any better as a team. In fact, I think this team played better as a team than the previous teams that we had.
They've had you coaching everywhere but Central Red Army next year. What's in the future for John Muckler?
Well, I don't know this particular time, Chris. I'm going to have to sit down with Glenn Sather and talk to him in the next couple of days, and we'll have to make a decision.
Do you think we'll know by the June draft?
Definitely will.
John, again, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
As you can see, it is bedlam here in the Oiler dressing room, and we're now going to go upstairs and rejoin Bob Cole and Harry Neal.
Thank you, Chris. Is it ever bedlam in that dressing room? But why not? Like we were saying on the air, first Stanley Cup, a second, a third, and now a 4th. And I guess the obvious question is to ask the Mark Messier's and the Wayne Gretzky's, is this one any better? It's a difficult question to answer. They must all be just great.
Well, it's something that I'd like to experience once, and I'm sure once you've won it once, you'd like to repeat it. And to be on a team that's won it 4 times in 5 years, and the team looks like it's getting better, I can't imagine a player who doesn't think this is the top of the world if you're a hockey player.
Okay, Harry. Let's go back to more with Chris Cuthbert.
Thank you, Bob. We've got a couple of line mates here that really played a big role tonight. Former Bruin Jeff Courtnall and Norm Lacombe celebrating their first Stanley Cup. First, start with you, Jeff, because I know this meant a little bit because of the team you beat.
It's so fun. I mean, I'm so excited. I think couldn't have been against a better team, and they did well this year to get to where they did, but it was sweet to beat them.
You helped them get this far, and then you helped the Oilers win it. And here's Norm Lacombe, who really, I thought, got the Oilers back in the hockey game. A little shaky start tonight.
Yeah. Well, Craig Mooney made a great play to me, and then I just shot it towards the net, and finally it went in. Waited 12 games for this. I learned a lot of chances, and it's good to be a part of it.
All right, guys, congratulations. Their first Stanley Cup for many of the Oilers, number 4, and everyone seems to be just as sweet. Now let's return to Ron McLean.
Thank you, Chris. A special evening here at the Northlands Coliseum in Edmonton. It's the 5th time in as many years that the Stanley Cup is presented on Alberta soil. The Montreal Canadiens, of course, won in Calgary in 1986. For the Edmonton Oilers, a 6-3 victory here this evening. They were 3rd overall during the regular season. There were doubters, but Wayne Gretzky leads the way. He captures the Conn Smythe Trophy and scores the game-winning goal tonight. From all of us at Hockey Night in Canada and CBC, we'd like to thank very much those of you who watch Saturday nights during the regular season and, of course, have followed the playoffs here in the playoffs. And from all of us, a very special thank you to our corporate sponsors who throughout the year have been a part of the program, and with special thanks to Molson's, who continue to be a driving force in the hockey industry. 6-3 the final tonight. The Oilers are the 1987-88 Stanley Cup champs. To those of you who like holidays and hockeys, here's to an endless summer and an early fall.
You got